Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. It's our day 7 of our 12 Days of Fitmas. I hope you're all feeling great. I had a little bit of an extra sleep on this morning. I hope you did too. So today we're going to do a deep stretch. Now, I have to apologise. I'm just dealing with a little bit of a cold and it keeps causing me to have watery eyes and a tickly throat. So I'm going to have to try not to do that whilst we're talking on live. But anyway, we're going to do a nice deep stretch today. Our bodies need it so that we actually elongate our muscles, and that means we can actually function and do things normally through our days. But it also means if you do exercise, you're actually elongating your muscles. You're helping to prevent injury as well. So we want to be able to prevent injury. We want to get ourselves back to having some balance in our bodies. And we always have a left and a right side dominant. So what we want to try and do is balance out which side is the dominant one with the weaker side. When you do stretching, it really, really helps to help that dominant side just ease off a little bit and let your weaker side take some strength back again. So it's all about balance. So let's get started, okay? I'm not going to put any music on today. And you can do this at any time during your day. So if you're not joining me live, that's absolutely fine. Do it on a hashtag replay. And we're not going to just put any music on because I want you to just be able to find your breath. I want you to hear what you're doing. I want you to feel through your body today. So I want you to let's start off as if I'm doing a Pilates class. Feet together, feet out into a V and coming into parallel position. I want you to just make sure your hips are over your knees or over your ankles. And I want you to just press into the floor and just make sure that you're not leaning forward or leaning backwards, that you're centering yourselves right through the middle of your feet, okay? Just check that your toes are in alignment with that hip flexor, so going nice and vertically forwards. I want you to tuck your tummy in towards your spine. I want you to just tuck your tailbone under, so a little bit of a squeeze through your glute. Squeeze up, pull up through the top of the crown of your head as if you've got this invisible line going up through your body. Your shoulders are up and back. I just want you to just feel what good posture feels like. Now, it could be that sometimes you do a lot of standing like this, or you might cross your arms, or you might just have a little bit of a drop forward. We do a lot of work like this at the moment, whether it's on a computer or on our phones. We want to really make sure that you're used to pulling those shoulders up and back. When I say shoulders up and back, what I don't want you to do is flare your rib cage. So pop your finger into your sternum, press it back. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Let's start off by just calming our minds today. So deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. It's a great way to calm our minds, out through our mouths. So if you have a stressful day, do this. Deep breath in and out. So let's just take our arms out to the side. We're going to do a butterfly forward. So we're going to actually take ourselves forward with our arms rolling forward, tipping our pelvis under, so you're reaching forward, opening out your shoulders. Then you're going to put your palms to the ceiling, open out and reach back, okay? Looking up at the ceiling, so which is stretch back and open back. So let's do that together. Take a deep breath in, coming forward. Open out, palms to ceiling, looking back at the sky. Good, coming forward again. Tipping that pelvis forward, tummy in towards your spine, arms coming forwards, and rotating those palms to the ceiling, taking them back, looking up at the ceiling, reaching back, opening out that chest, and again, deep breath in and out as you go backwards. We're going to do 2 more of these in your own time, so deep breath in and out. Good, 1 more of these. Deep breath in and open. Now, what I want you to do is take your palms forwards to the front, and then I want you to just press back, stay in a slightly more vertical position and just press back, open out those shoulders. We're going to do for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down. Let's just do a roll through. Good. Pressing back with our shoulders, opening out our chests. Really, really good. Counteracting that downward head position. All right, we're going to just do a nice few side bends. I want you to just reach up and over, up into the top corner, reaching up. Don't drop into your side. Stretch it up. Really enjoy feeling a stretch through the side of your muscles and your waist. We've worked a lot through our waist and our core this week. Coming down, deep breath in. Exhale, take it up and over. Reach and just hold it there. Just elongate through, tummy pulled in, bottom tucked under. Try and make sure that you're not going forwards or backwards. Let's do that again. Coming down, deep breath in. Exhale, over we go. Take a breath. And then come back down. Good. And again, just trying to calm our minds. Always good to do something like this, just to extend through the side of our body. Lovely. And then come back down. All right, what I want you to do now is I'm just going to get you to come into a central position. And I want you to just do a little bit of a roll down with me. So your shoulders are going to come forward, chin's coming into chest. Let's see how we are through our spines. Tucking our bottoms under, coming down. We're just unrolling our spines one vertebra at a time. All right, good. Coming down. Soften those knees. And just allow yourself just to hold. Now, if you're up here, bend those legs, just hold on to your legs a little bit. See where you go. It's different in the mornings. You just find that or in the afternoons, you may find that your flexibility is a bit less. Take a lovely deep breath in. And coming back up. Good. All right, we're going to actually do a hugger tree. So we're going to open our arms out wide, as if you've got a big tree trunk in between your arms. Opening those fingers, taking those fingers together like this. I want you to tip that pelvis forward. Arms come forward, looking down into that gap that you've created with your shoulders, pressing those elbows out, opening up those shoulders, tucking up and under with that tummy back to your spine, but your pelvis tucked forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale down. Good. Coming to standing position, arms come down behind you. Open out your chest. Shoulders are away from your ears. You're going to be reaching back with those shoulders, opening out your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together. All right. You can actually take your arms. You can either have them in the back of your spine and just pressing back like this. You can hold your hands together, and you can also extend further by just pulling those arms away, tucking your bottoms under. Chin is parallel to the floor. Shoulders are away from our ears. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's do that again with the hug of the tree. Release your arms, coming around. Open out that hug of the tree, pressing your pelvis forwards. Shoulder blades opened out. Head down between your shoulders. Take a lovely deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. Coming into standing position. Keep your bottom tucked in. Hands come behind you. Open out those shoulders again. Really stretching back with those shoulders so that you can really open out your chest. A lot of the time, especially for women, we don't like pressing our shoulders back because we're basically pressing our bust forward. But we need to counteract us leaning forward all the time. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to be getting that kyphotic shoulder, which is where your shoulders hunch. So you want to really open out and do the opposite position to what you're used to doing. So just hold that for a moment. Have a lovely stretch through those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Shoulder rolls. Let's take our legs wider, okay? Your toes should be in line with your knees, just slightly out onto a 5 to 1 position. And I want you to just hinge back with your hips, coming down. And you can actually have your hands on your legs like this. We're going to start off initially with our positioning like this. And I want you to just push back with your bottoms. Good. Now, if you can, bring your elbows down onto your knees, onto your legs like this. You can. If you can't, just stay in this position. We should really feel that inner thigh stretch. The more you push your bottom backwards, the more you'll feel it. So if you're in this position, you'll feel it a little bit more because you're actually really having to reach those elbows down. But you can do it from this position as well. Just hold it there for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. What I want you to do is come up. We're going to just take that leg out a little bit, come down, pushing back. This knee should be in line with the ankle, so we're not coming forwards. We're just pressing our bottoms backwards. Hands go onto our knees. Just not onto the joint, okay? In the middle of your thigh, pressing that leg out, feel that inner thigh stretch. Now you can stay in this position here, and you can take your opposite arm and reach up to the sky, and I want you to have a look at that arm at the same time. If you've got more flexibility, see if you can put your hand to the floor and reach up. So you want to reach the opposite arm to the straight leg, and you're looking right up at the ceiling at that hand. It's pushing back with that bottom and extending that stretch. Take a breath. Hand comes back to your knee, coming up. We're going to just rotate over to the other side. Good. Stretching out. Remember to take some deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. Again, stay here if you want to. Opposite arm goes up, looking up over that shoulder, stretching through, or hand to the floor. Reach back. See what you can do. Your body gets more flexible the more you stretch it. Excellent. Hand comes back up onto the knee. Coming up. Coming back to centre. And let's just walk those feet back in. Good. All right, so at the end of most of the classes that I do, we do these stretches, but I'm going to just take it a little bit further. So we're just going to take one leg forwards, take the other leg back so that it's a straight leg. In fact, I'll do it the other way so you can see more easily on this side. Okay, so just make sure that your legs are parallel, that they're hip width apart. Make sure that you're looking down, your feet are going in the same direction. What happens a lot of the time is a foot comes out to the side, but I want you to try and make sure your feet are in alignment, so parallel to your body. And I want you to make sure that your heel is going down to the floor. Now then, it could be that you're here, that's fine. If that's the most stretch you've got, it just shows that there isn't as much stretch into that back calf. Now that Achilles is where you can have some vulnerabilities. So just try pressing through into that back leg. So we want to get a nice calf stretch. We want to get a nice hip flexor stretch as well that comes from our quad all the way up and then into our lower abdominals as well. So I want you to just press forwards with your body, holding on to that thigh, looking forwards for me. Take a lovely deep breath. And also you're going to be finding that you need to find your balance with this. Now you can either stay here, and if this feels comfortable, stay here. Otherwise, lean forwards. Let's take our hands down to the floor, step back a little bit, and let's have a little bit of a lunge. Stretching down. You'll feel it in this standing leg, but I want you to also feel it in this straight leg as well. Take a breath. Good. Step that leg back in a bit and walk yourself back up to your knee. If you've been in this position, that's great. Just keep holding it there. And then we're going to bring that leg in. We're going to bend the leg that was straight, lift the toe that was obviously bent initially, and we're going to be pressing back with our tailbone. Now our tailbone needs to go right back. Push it back as far as you can so you can really feel this straight leg stretch, okay? Toe to ceiling. You're looking forward. Pull that tummy in. Don't let your tummy slouch out. I want you to pull it up towards your spine. Pushing back with that tailbone. Take a breath. Good, coming up. Let's do it on the other side, okay? So we're going to step forward with our other leg, push one leg back. Now you may find that one side feels easier than the other, completely normal. Find your balance as well. Making sure that your legs are hip width apart. If one leg is slightly further back towards your other leg, you'll find that your balance will go a lot easier, which is what I just did. So just make sure you're pressing forwards with your hips, making sure we have a nice stretch in our hip flexor, and push that foot to the floor, making sure, just check back, that foot is facing forwards and it's not going off to the side. All right, good. Now again, if you want to extend with me, join me. You're leaning forwards until you can put your hands to the floor, and you can just adjust yourself, pressing backwards, and you can really enjoy that extra stretch that we're going to find. Good. Coming back up again, so bring that leg in slightly, push yourself up to standing. Excellent. Bring that leg in, tuck your bottom under, bend the back leg now, toe to the ceiling, pushing back. You're looking forward, you're lifting your chest, your tummies are pulled in, remember. It's such good things to do to our bodies. We do this so infrequently, it's crazy. But just calm your mind as well. Use it as a chance to take some lovely deep breaths, and you're coming up. All right, we are going to go down to the floor to do some stretches now. So I want you to just roll down as we just did a little bit earlier. So we're going to take our shoulders forwards, chin to chest, coming down. Just make sure your legs are hip width apart. Soften those knees, tucking up and under. Keep that abdominal muscle pulled in as you go down. Soften those knees, hands come to the floor. Just hold it there for a moment. We're going to do a nice little stretch through our hamstrings and also our spine. We'll really enjoy this as well. Elbows bent. Let's just do a little rock from right to left. Keep your hips still. Keep your chin tucked under. Good. Soften those knees. You can have them as bent as you want to, as long as you can feel that stretch through. And I'm just really pressing through my elbow, coming forwards, and then alternating, bring my elbow forwards. Now I want you to center yourselves. I want you to keep your body and your arms still. And now I want you to do a hip movement from right to left. Just hip move. So your body is staying still, but you should be feeling it down the backs of your legs. Good. Take a breath. Chin tucked in. Hands go to the floor. Bend those legs. Bend them right down. See how far you can bend them down. All right. Put your hands on the floor or wherever you feel comfortable. You can have them on your shins if you want to. And I want you to straighten your legs as much as you can. Don't do it so it's uncomfortable. And take a breath and then relax back down into that bent position. Good. Take a breath in. Now press up and away. Keeping your tailbone up to the ceiling and then back down. Good. Take a breath. One more of these and up. Good. Try not to overextend the backs of your legs. Keep them a bit softer, but you are straightening them as much as you can. Lovely. Bend those legs slightly. Walk your hands along the floor. All right. So what I want you to do is just get yourself so that you could be in a plank position. You can put your knees down if you need to. And I want you to go from here into a downward dog. All right. Pressing those heels away. Again, see how far you can get them to the floor. If you can't, that's fine. You can also keep your legs bent if you need to. Pressing back. Good. Coming back up into a pike position. Tailbone up to the ceiling, lifting up onto your toes. We're just massaging through our feet here as well. So go back down to the downward dog, which is just pushing your heels down towards the floor. Now rotate up to the ceiling, making yourself into a pike position. And keeping your abdominals pulled in at all times. We're actually working through our abdominals even though we are stretching out. So pushing down with those heels and then up. Good. I want you to just pedal your legs. One and then the other. And you can slightly rotate your body to just enjoy that stretch through your waist and spine as well. So just, when you've got a bent leg, you're looking the opposite direction to the one that's straight. Good. Take a breath. All right, coming back down. Knees down. We're actually going to go onto the floor, onto our back. So I'm just going to maneuver myself around. So just take yourself down slowly to the floor. Okay, foot to floor. We're going to just stretch out our piriformis and our glutes muscles because they get very tight. They protect us as we do all sorts of exercises and movement. So I want you to bend one leg, put it over the other in a number 4 position. Now, if this feels like you can feel that stretch, you can take your hand, place it into the middle of your thigh. Don't put it up onto your joint, but push it onto your thigh, and then you can stretch away, press away. If that doesn't feel like you're stretching enough, bring your knee off the floor into a tabletop position. Hand goes between your thigh and on the outer thigh of the bent leg and pull it in. Now I'm pushing my elbow into the middle of my thigh here to extend that stretch. And I want you to take a breath. If you're in this position, you can pendulum your leg from left to right a little bit to really feel that stretch. Your head can be on the floor. Good. Take a breath. Excellent. One little pull in. Foot to floor. Let's change legs. Take it over to the other side. So I'm going to bring that leg in if you can. Otherwise, just keep your foot on the floor. Press away through that middle of the thigh and enjoy that stretch into that outer glute muscle. A little bit of a pendulum with your legs. Excellent. Take a breath. Foot to floor. Good. All right, we're going to do a hamstring stretch today. So we're going to take our leg up. Now, we have a few options here. I want you to put your hands on either side of your leg. Now, I want you to look at your toe. Make sure that that toe is not going left, right. It's nice and vertical, okay, over your hip. Everything's in alignment. Now, you can have it with a slight bend if you need to. We're not all that flexible, but just see how you feel. Now then, if you can slide this other leg away so that it's longer. If you've got tight hamstrings, that's going to be quite uncomfortable, so you can keep your leg bent. But that just shows as well that we really do need to do this hamstring stretch, because if this is not comfortable and it's not comfortable to straighten your leg, then this muscle group at the back of your thigh is very, very tight. So what we want to do is we want to hold it here, to hold this for 60 seconds. So I want to breathe in. When you feel there's a bit of a give, I want you to just pull it towards you a little bit more. Now then, what I want you to do is look at your toe. I want you to flex it and point it. Now this can actually you can really feel the extension going through your calf and into that hamstring muscle at the back of your leg. And I want you to just make sure that you're not sickling your toe left and right, but it's just vertical and basically straight up and down. Up and down. Good. If you feel that stretch can come a little bit closer to your body, then do. Lovely. Hold it there. Let's just do a circle with our ankles. We very rarely do the other way as well. Do ankle rotations. And our ankles need just as much mobility as every other part of our body. Hold it there. And now bend that leg and bring it down to the floor. Take the other one up. Try and keep some nice stability through your pelvis, through your shoulder blades. Press your shoulder blades into the floor for some stability. Straighten your lower leg if you can. Remember, holding below or above your knee is absolutely fine. Pull it in towards you. Take a breath. Looking at those toes, just flex and point. Flex and point. Good. Take a breath. How is this leg feeling? Is this leg tighter than the other side? Just have a think about where everything is in your body. Take a breath. Don't hold your breath. Good. Okay, hold it there. Pull it towards you a little bit more. Let's do a circle of our ankle again. Going one way. Stop, and then the other way. Good. One little pull, and then just feet to floor. Excellent. All right, what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn onto our tummies. We are going to do a cobra stretch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our hands on either side of our heads. Our elbows are pulled into our bodies. And what I want you to do is keep your forehead facing down towards the floor. I want you to press your pelvic bone and your hip bones into the floor. And I want you to lift up your tummies away from the floor as if you've got something underneath there, like, I don't know, like a ball underneath there. You're trying to lift your tummy away from the ball. And what I want you to do is engage through, just squeeze your glutes slightly, and you're going to just lift up. Now, it could be that you can just get to here. That's absolutely fine. Making sure that those hips are on the floor. Now then, if you can also straighten those arms, but you have to make sure that your pelvic bones are on the floor, that they haven't lifted up. So you don't want to be up here, you want to be here. So if that's too much, just elbows to the floor, reaching back. Take a breath and let's just go back down. Good. Let's do that again. Take a breath in. Pull those abdominals up and now lift. Again, to this position if you want to, or extend, looking forwards. Tummies are pulled in. Pull your tummies in this position and feel that extra stretch. Good. And release. Good. What I want you to do is from here, I want you to bend your knees, just bring them in slightly, and you're going to go back into a child's pose. Pull back. Excellent. Take a lovely deep breath. Just allow your head to flop and allow those elbows to come to the floor. Really push your tailbone away, stretching through that spine. Really reaching your head away from your tailbone as much as you possibly can. Good. All right, we're going to come into a seated position. And we're going to just come around. And because we did our flow and go yesterday, this is actually really lovely as a progression on from flow and go, because we're really wanting to just stretch out and just calm ourselves down. So we've had 2 days where we've actually done some really nice gentle work with our bodies, really. Yesterday we did some strength work. And even when we're doing stretches like this, you actually do have to try and just think about your posture, and you are pulling in through your abdominals. Try and sit onto your tailbone. And as you can see, I've got my feet together. Now you can have your feet as far forwards or as close into your body as you can. I want you to let those knees flop out. You're pulling up tall. We're not slouching down. So pull up tall. Pull your back forwards and your tummy in. So you're reaching up nice and tall. And just feel that inner thigh stretch. Now then I want you to reach forward with those shoulders and tucking that tummy under. See if you can get your elbows. Now my elbows won't go onto my legs in the normal way. They have to come down onto my calves. We're all different. So just see if you can just use those elbows just to press away a little bit more to get a lovely inner thigh stretch. If you're reaching forwards with your shoulders, you'll be opening out your shoulders. You'll be feeling it there. And you're also going to feel it in that lumbar part of your spine as well. So take a breath and exhale. Let's bring those knees together. One leg comes forward, stretch the other one over. Hold on to it with your opposite arm. Hand comes to the floor. You should feel it through this lovely outer thigh here. And what I want you to do is I want you to look over your closest shoulder, look away. Bring your head to center. Take it around to the other side and look over your shoulder. Back to center. Over your closest shoulder. Back to center and over the opposite again. Good, and center. Brilliant. Let's relax that leg. Let's take the other one over. Hold on to it. Press away. Now let's look over our closest shoulder and then over our furthest shoulder. I'm doing the opposite. I've just done the opposite of what I was saying there. So looking over, coming back to center, looking away, and then coming back around. Excellent. All right, release that leg. Let's just turn back over onto our hands and knees. Press those toes into the floor. We're going to just roll ourselves back up in a nice roll up. Good. How are you feeling? Let's take legs hip width apart. Let's take a deep breath in from the floor. Arms go wide and up. So deep breath in and up. Exhale and come down. Let your air come out. Deep breath in and up. Fill those lungs, get some energy into you. Down we go. Deep breath in and up. Now I want you to hold it at the top. Release your breath. I used to forget to tell people to release their breath and they'll be holding it for the whole time. Soften those knees. Just tuck your bottom under. Tummy's in towards your spine. Facing is forward, but you're really reaching up with your arms. Enjoy that abdominal stretch. We're going to just reach over gently to the side, reaching up into the corner. Come back to center. Deep breath in here. Exhale out. Good. Back to center. Hands come down. Let's just do a nice little squat. Circle arms. And we're done. And how are you feeling? Hopefully good. Give yourselves a big clap and have a shake out. Good. I hope you enjoyed that. Our bodies need to stretch out. It's really, really important. You shouldn't be giving it that like full welly the whole time. If you do, what you'll find is that you will probably over-exercise certain areas. You won't have enough recovery. And so instead of feeling stronger, you sometimes can feel a bit weaker. But thank you so much for those of you who've joined me. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Do a hashtag replay if you join me later on. And tomorrow, we're going to be getting our energy levels back up. We're going to be doing a cardio resist, which will be a really great HIIT workout, but we're doing it low impact. And we're going to be doing a mixture of just making sure our cardio is good and strengthening through. You may need some cans to make it different if you want to, or some hand weights, but we're just going to make sure it's a really great way to start the week. And well done for getting through 7 days. Tomorrow, day 8, can't wait. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.